G'day, I'm Alex and I'm here to demonstrate one of the adapter polypipe spinners. This one I've got here today is the Contractor Tripod model. It has a 2.4 metre diameter and is capable of taking all standard polypipe coils up to 63mm metric or 2-inch rural, which is that one there that I'll put on at the end. Alright, so first of all, as you can see, it comes in two sections. We've got the main central base and hub here, which weighs about 20 kilos. And we've got the arms, legs and vertical uprights all together in that carry box there. So with the main central piece, we've got three springs. They just act to slow down the momentum of the roll as it's being uncoiled. And we also have a little socket here that just holds a ball bearing, just a 25mm ball bearing. That just sits on the top there and just reduces any wear between the two components as it's turning. So I'll just sit that back on top. It also comes with some locking pins just to lock the arms in, so they go through those holes there once we put the arms in. They're not really necessary when you're using it off the ground, but if you're mounting it on a flatbed truck or trailer, then you should really put those pins in. Alright, so that's the hub and base section. Okay, and so in this section here we've got all the arms, the legs and the vertical uprights. So I'll just unpack it. So those four pieces are the vertical uprights. You can then undo these couple of eye bolts here, which just loosens a little plate underneath there and allows you to pull out all the pieces. So this polypipe spinner is ideal for uneven ground, having the three legs, and those legs can be turned anyway, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to set it up in the way that I prefer to use it. Alright, so now that I've got all the pieces unpacked, I'm just going to set it up on the ground over here. Just keep that ball bearing in my pocket until I need it. Alright, so I'm going to grab the three short bent pieces. Like I say, these legs can go in any way. They can go short bend in first, or you can go the other way. So to keep it lower to the ground, but I usually prefer putting the short bend in. That just lifts it up off the ground and out of the vegetation a bit. It's also probably the stronger way to have it set up. As you can see, that's pretty solid and very stable, having the tripod configuration. Alright, so once you've got the legs in, you can put the ball bearing in. Sit the hub on top. And then we'll just put the arms on. You don't normally need to pin these arms if you're just using it off the ground, but I still do, just because the pins are there. Right, so that's the arms, then we just put the vertical uprights on. Just got to make sure you unscrew that little wing bolt all the way so they can slide on easily. Just bring them all the way into the centre. One. Alright, so that's how it looks when it's all put together. Just before I put the roll of poly on, I'll just demonstrate how the wind-up handle works. Where it goes. And the secret to winding up poly pipe really is don't try and make your coil too small. So you want to just set your keepers up probably about halfway along your arms at a minimum. Slide them all out roughly halfway. Then of course we've got the longer piece with the bend in it, and that can just go into that top socket. And then it's a matter of getting the end of your poly, tying it securely onto one of these keepers, probably with a cable tie or a bit of rope. And then as you're winding, it's a good idea to have somebody just taking the weight off the pipe as you start to wind. That's all it is. Like I say, the secret to winding it up is don't try to make your coil too small. Keep your keepers out at least halfway out the length of the arms. Alright. Alright, so now once you've got your spinner set up, it's just a matter of putting your coil on. For the smaller coils, you can just lift them straight up and over, or with this larger coil, and since I'm by myself, I've got a slightly easier way of doing it, which just involves taking out one of the arms, slide that keeper off, take out the arm. Obviously you have your keepers all right into the centre. Then we just make sure we've got one section of the base is free, so we're going to roll our coil right up as far as we can up against those two legs there, and then just lay it over those three keepers there. So this roll here is a 100 metre roll of 2-inch rural. So we just roll it in there into that space that we've got, having removed the arm. Get in as close as we can. And it's just a matter of laying it down over those keepers. Slide it out to the edge of this arm here just to get that final arm back on. So we do have to thread the arm through the keeper, just have it pointing the right way. Do that. Through the keeper and back into the housing of the hub. And there it this. Once you've done that, you can then just center your roll. This one a bit. So with this roll, I seem to have about 250mm overhang in the ends. Once you think you've got it about centre, you just slide your keepers out nice and tight up against the inside of the roll. There it is, ready to cut the straps. Walk it out. So that's it, the Adapter Mill Contractor Tripod Poly.